After our emotional pontoon party, we slipped out of Gosport the next day to start our travels. It all started so well.
Right, give us all a big wave then. Right, okay, let's go then.
These are our friends, these dolphins. We see them every time we come in.
Yeah.
Quite like.
Yes, go over here and that's it.
And this is Chris from the splendid Darthaven Marine team, down in the bowels of our engine, trying to fix the problem.
You know how to start your engine if you say your start circuit failed. You know how to do like a kind of a hard start.
Put the target across the...
Yeah. Basically, when your battery switch is on, obviously that's got permanent 24 volt there, you see, and that's the positive to start.
Yeah.
So get a screwdriver and literally go across those two.
Arc across those two.
Yeah. Make sure you don't touch this bit, but go across those, and that will literally start it, and then you can.
And it will spark.
So what happened, Richard, when we left Dartmouth?
When we left Dartmouth, well, we were happily sailing across Start Bay towards Salcombe. We had a nice breeze, and but that died away to nothing. And instead of drifting around aimlessly, we decided to put the engine on, and it wouldn't. The engine wouldn't actually start. And I had a bit of a look at the engine, and the starter motor was just clicking, clunking. And I noticed that the bolts had come loose on it, which was a bit unusual because I know they'd been done up tight. So I'd done the bolts up and gave it another try, and this time it went bang with a puff of smoke from the starter motor and a smell of battery acid.
The engine went bang, and there was a horrible smell, and it wasn't even you, was it? And you weren't actually touching anything at the time. So I can testify to that. So that got me quite alarmed. What did you do next?
After the engine went bang, I was a bit reluctant to do anything else to it because it was appeared to be an electrical problem there, quite severe electrical problem, a bit beyond my capabilities. Although I had a spare starter motor, I was reluctant to put that on and blow that up as well. So we called Sea Start, which is like the AA of the sea.
We had to turn around. We had a cracking sail. I thought it was a really nice sail back into Dartmouth, which must have been, how many times would have been into Dartmouth? Was that the third time we'd been into Dartmouth?
Third time we'd been to Dartmouth.
Third time into Dartmouth. So that was Sunday night, and we had to wait for the engineers to come out to us Monday morning, I think it was.
Monday morning, yes.
And how long were they with us on Monday?
Yeah, so really, by the time that came, they were with us all day.
Had they fixed it by the end of the day?
No.
No. So what happened the next day?
I'm wrong. So the next day, a different engineer who was a bit more specialist
That was Chris the Electrics.
Chris the Electrics, yeah, electrician came on board, and it flummoxed him for a while, but he came to the conclusion, well, as we knew before, the starter motor wasn't disengaging, and it had turned itself into a generator being spun by the engine, and that was what blew up the battery. massive voltage going in there. It blew up the isolator switch, which is 2,500 amps that takes. So enormous amount of power going back into the batteries.
So far we've lost a starter motor, batteries, what was the thing you just mentioned?
The isolator. And the relay.
And the relay. So we've got a pretty sort of fried engine. And what did they fix at the end of the day that caused it all?
Well, the original relay was 20 amp, and he thought we needed a more powerful relay, and he put a 100 amp one on, and that seemed to have solved the trick. And the reason why this has probably occurred is that the wiring's a bit old and the resistance is not so good on it. It didn't recommend that we need to replace the wiring, just that the new relay we're doing is probably of a more appropriate size for it.
And how much did this all cost us?
Don't know, not had the bill yet, but
We sailed away.
In Plymouth sound a lying, blue flag a flying. Hang on with it.
Right, so Skipper, where are we going?
Today we'll be mainly heading west in the direction of Plymouth. We will have to go round Prawl Point and Bolt Head,
So look,
which is either side of Salcombe Harbour. If I show you on this one here, we're in Dartmouth over here.
I don't think I can see. Still can't tell whether it's in focus or not because I haven't got my glasses on. It's a definite disadvantage.
You don't know that talk over the top of your video.
Look, who's doing this? Stop having a domestic. Just point it out. Where are we now?
Right, we're in Dartmouth, which is here,
Uh-huh.
and we're going to go to Plymouth or somewhere nearby. Around Start Point, Prawl Point, Bolt Head, bypassing Salcombe, and down, I think, into Newton Ferrers. Then we're due in Plymouth on Thursday the 9th.
You experienced your extra séjour at Dartmouth then?
My what?
Extra long stay.
I found it very frustrating. It's a very lovely place, but I could have done without being here for so long.